Patrick with the Boy Scouts, who is going to talk about the vision of the Boy Scouts and what this project, this initiative project is going to mean, and Mr. Robert Martin, who is the CEO of the Citizens Conservation Corps, and they are handling the project. Dave?
Thanks for coming out. Hard as it may be to believe, it's been twice as long, maybe even a little bit more than twice as long since we initially applied to the national RFP for the summit compared to the time that we have left till it's open. It's been quite a process. A lot of folks have been involved. Fortunately, the scouts and their consultants are hard at work on their end developing the property with aid from the state, with aid from the county, with aid from the regional development authority. So we have a lot to look forward to over the course of the next year and a half before that comes due and the facility is open. But what we're here to talk about today is an opportunity for the county that could be, in a lot of ways, equal to the opportunity we have from the entire project, and that's the community service opportunities. I don't know how many of you have been out and seen the stacked loop trails that the Scouts developed in conjunction with Park Service this summer, but the work is phenomenal. The trails are phenomenal. We have that opportunity. You know, all things being equal, and all things won't be equal, but if you boil it just down to an average, it's possible that Fayette County's average number of projects that could arise from this community service initiative is about 100 projects. That's a lot of impact out there in our communities. It's going to be up to us to seize that initiative, to generate enthusiasm out in the community, get quality applications to the table, and get people excited about what can happen for them. So today is simply about that. At the end of the day, we're going to unveil the application. We have between now and March to get those applications in, now and the end of March, and then the process will start to evaluate those and start pushing them forward with funding and dedication of the labor through the Scouts. So I'm excited that you're here today, and now I'll turn it over to the folks that know a lot more about this than I do. So from the CCC, Robert Martin, I believe, is our next person.
All right.
Okay.
I'm Mike Patrick. I'm the general manager for the Summit Project. I came prepared today with all the accoutrements for a PowerPoint, and it just wasn't practical in this room, so you'll have to settle for a verbal picture. But we have a saying in our organization, especially amongst our volunteers that are helping us prepare for the Jamboree, and the saying is "Semper Gumby." Always flexible. So we have to go with whatever we're faced with. And I'd like to just expand a little bit on what David was saying. I want to put this in a little bit of context for you scale-wise. On July 15th, 2013, we will have the opportunity to welcome 40,000 Scouts and Venturers, that's Boy Scouts and female Venturers, to the summit. During 5 days of that 10-day event, 8,000 Scouts and Venturers per day will be taken off the summit property and be scattered into the 9-county community that surrounds the summit to perform days of service. These days of service are a new thing, not a new thing for the Scouts, but they are a new thing as it pertains to the Jamboree. We've never had the opportunity in the past to do this kind of thing. One, because we were confined to a military reservation for the Jamboree itself. Now we have our own home, and we have a lot more flexibility in what we can do from the summit. So these 5,000 scouts, all 40,000 of them over the course of 5 days, will go out into the community and work on projects that the community has developed and selected and made available for the scouts to give back to the local community. David also alluded to the trails out at Kmore, and I actually had the first free time to get out there and ride some of those this past Sunday. We had 1,400 Order of the Arrow Scouts. Order of the Arrow is kind of the honor society of Boy Scouts. 1,400 scouts over the course of 4 weekends came out, paid their own way, paid a participation fee, gave of their own time, built almost 20 miles of trail for the National Park Service, and that was the first fulfillment of the promise that our Chief Scout Executive, Bob Mazuka, made to the state of West Virginia, that the Scouts will be good neighbors. And we have always been about service. William Boyce, who was instrumental in the founding of the Boy Scouts in America in 1910, was in England, was lost in the fog in London, and a 10-year-old boy came up to him in a green uniform and asked him if he could help him find his way. He did so. William Boyce offered to tip him for the service. He said, "No, sir, I'm a scout. It's what I do." And that's what scouts do. That's what we're all about. And bringing all the scouts together, 40,000 of them, to the summit, was a great opportunity for us to demonstrate that. So with the help of the Citizens Conservation Corps and the champions like David in the various counties and the Reaching the Summit Committee, who have just been phenomenal in their support for what we're doing here, we are reaching out to the county and the local community and saying, what can we do to help you? What are the best projects that we can perform so that give back is the most meaningful to the community? So we are here to do that. This is the first opportunity that I've had to be in front of one of these meetings. As David said, there are folks who know a lot more about this process that's going on here than I do, because I'm kind of in the weeds, if you will, in the woods, if you will, out on the project and making sure things are moving ahead there. But this is a significant effort. Our volunteers are 100% behind this. Every scout knows that this is part of the experience for the Jamboree going on the day of service. And it's an exciting legacy. It's a tradition and a heritage that we intend to carry on here. And we're just delighted that the communities have embraced this in such a way that I really think that the overused cliche of being a win-win certainly applies here. And we're gonna do everything we can to make sure that this is something that really is meaningful to all the citizens of Southern West Virginia, and we're just happy to be partners with you. Any questions? All right. Robert says brevity is the best part of the speech. So
thank you, Matt, and thank you, Dave. Good evening, rather good afternoon, Fayette County. This is a monumental undertaking, and I need to tell you about who we are at the CCC so that you'll understand why we are brazen enough to think that we are up to the task. So our legacy is the legacy of the Civilian Conservation Corps back in the 1930s, after the Great Depression, or during the Great Depression, when Franklin Delano Roosevelt wanted to turn the country around. So he went out and he put young men in camps all around the country, and they were the CCC boys. And what did they do? They went out and they planted 3 billion trees. They battled forest fires. They built infrastructure. They laid water lines, sewer lines, and they built national parks. And most importantly, they help to sustain the local communities from which they came. And how did they do this? They were paid a paltry, well, it may seem paltry now, but they were paid a stipend of $30 a month. But $25 of that $30 had to be sent back to their families so that they could help sustain the local communities by sustaining their families. So that's what they did to help turn this country around. So today, we are the grandchildren of the CCC boys. And what do you do? Where can you find the CCC? Well, our banner project is the West Virginia Courtesy Patrol, and some of you may have heard about it or been helped by it. And those are those white trucks that travel all the four-lane highways of the state of West Virginia with former welfare recipients attending to stranded motorists and making this a safe highway system for the citizens of this state and also for the people who come and visit this state. So the other places where you can find us on golf courses. You know, what would the CCC be doing on golf courses? Well, one of our latest projects is the First Tier West Virginia, wherein we help re-educate the young people in terms of character development by teaching them core values like honesty and integrity and sportsmanship and things of that nature. But the vehicle that we utilize is the game of golf, and we are expanding that in 6 different locations throughout the state. You'll find us at Burning Rock Outdoor Adventure Parks for you ATV enthusiasts, and we have built 130 miles of new trails down there, and we're going to build probably another 130 miles of new trails down at that park. We're in McDowell County with our dispatch center for the Courtesy Patrol, but we also have Twin Branch, where we're going to tie into the Hatfield McCoy Trail system, and we're going to build cabins down there and have our own little park. It's 118 acres, but it's really beautiful down there. We're going to help in terms of economic development for McDowell County. We're at the Mining Academy with 2 crews at the Mining Academy. And what are we doing there? Backlog maintenance projects. We're painting, we're doing landscaping, and we're giving young people skills. We're in the New River Gorge. We have many projects there. Historical renovations, kudzu removal, water access point entries. We're painting, we're landscaping. The same things for Harper's Ferry up in the eastern panhandle, and the C&O Canal, and we're doing major trail building all throughout the state. We have ski programs at Winter Place. We have challenge athletes at Snowshoe. So we do what it is that the state tells us. We assess the needs, and that's how we move forward. So we think that in terms of, and we also help to manage watershed projects in 12 states. So our body of work, I think, speaks for itself. So having said that, I think that we're up to the task. So when the Boy Scouts, when they come to West Virginia in 2013, what is it going to look like? Well, it's going to be 8,000 young scouts. And we're going to join them with volunteers from throughout this state and with church groups. And with our peers from, the other CCC conservation corps from around the country. For instance, Los Angeles, Miami Service Corps, New York, Idaho, Colorado, New Mexico, Alaska. They have already agreed to send crews to West Virginia to work beside your scouts. So we are going to fine tune these projects. But what we need is for the community to get involved and all your ideas. So we're going to go into the school systems and we're going to talk to your young kids who are in grade school, who are in middle school, who are in high school. And we're going to excite them as Mike has just excited us. And we're going to talk about, having their place at the table. What do you want to see done in your neighborhood? And then we're going to put a project application in their hands and send them home in the evenings to energize their parents. So we think that we know how to get it done because shortly, with the projects that you choose, and it's going to be 20 to 25 projects per day, it's going to be over 1,000 scouts on the ground here in Fayette County, and they're going to be helping to lay water lines, sewer lines. They're going to be doing some demolition. They're going to be helping to Habitat for Humanity build houses. They're going to be doing painting, stream bank restoration. They're going to be working in watersheds. They're going to be building community gardens. They're going to be trail building. It's going to be what you, the citizens of Fayette County, want done. How can you participate? You can participate by picking up these applications, filling them out, getting them to us early. Now, we're going to judge these projects. That we are going to do, but March the 31st is the deadline, so we don't want you coming in the door March the 31st because there might be 2,000 other applications that we'll have to review at the same time of yours. But if you're really smart and you're really energized, get your application in to us as quickly as possible. Because when we see your application and when it comes in online, which most of them will, we're going to take a look at them, and within 2 weeks, we're going to send a team out to you to talk to you about your project, to take pictures, to weigh it a little bit, and to give you our advice. And we're going to strengthen your application if it needs strengthening. So give yourself a chance. And you know, it's not a complicated process. You know, it's hard to wrap your arms around the magnitude of it, but as many people have said, this is a game changer. And I'm proud to be here today. Sometimes it's only once. This is a sign of opportunity. Sometimes it only knocks once on your door in a lifetime. So this is our opportunity to revitalize our communities. So I think that I've said enough. I think you all have it. Thank you for coming today, and good luck.
We have applications and sign-ups for various committees that if you want to go ahead and volunteer. We have a fundraising, a public relations committee, arts and education. I know I'd get put on the spot. Volunteer committee, because we'll need, as these projects come along, Dave Pollard and Rachel Wolf have been integral in having the meeting today. We want to thank you all for coming. Representatives from the CCC, Rob Wooten, Cutter Howe, Jennifer Douglas, Mr. Martin, myself, Max Sofer, and Joe Weiss out in the hallway. If we can answer any questions for you or help you, we've got fact sheet out on the desk, as well as sign-up sheets for committees and applications, and we encourage you to take them with you. Thank you so much.
Would you mind mentioning
go ahead.
The New River Gorge Regional Development Authority is also a major partner in this, and I'm assisting